Oh. I'm pretty sure this is the last death battle I'm doing, because actually I actually had no idea what kind of video to make, so I was kind of running around the internet saying, oh, what should I do? And oh wait, I actually didn't watch this one, Venom versus Crona. Crona, not Corona. No, I'm joking. I actually the only reason I watched this is because of Venom, because I actually know nothing about Soul Eater. I believe it is an anime. Actually, yes, it is an anime, but I know Venom, and you know Venom's sick. I just think Venom's badass and cool. That's why I kind of really wanted to watch it, to be honest, because like, who would want to know anything about Venom, you know? I don't. Once again, I'm in that situation where I don't know anything about the opponent, but I don't know everything about the home base guy. I'm obviously on Venom's side all the time because, like, you know, he's my boy. But, you know, I don't think about this Crona girl. And I think last fight, Venom... Has Venom been in Death Battle before? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he has. Venom versus... Yeah, I don't think he has. This is his first time. Alright, pretty big deal. They should do more with him, definitely. You know what else is a really good idea for Death Battle? Instead of doing Jotaro versus Kenshiro, they should have done Jonathan versus Kenshiro, because they're literally like almost the same guys. Kenshiro's got a beard though, so that's the difference. Alright, so yeah, I guess I'm going in blind on this. I don't know who's gonna win, but I'm still gonna throw money at Venom because, well, I know him more and I just like him more already. He looks sick, you know. That's what I'm rooting for him. I don't think about this Crona girl or what Soul Eater is. I watched anime, but I didn't watch Soul Eater. So, I don't know. I just have to find out. Alright. 3, 2, 1.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by AT&T 5G.
We wanted to give a big shout out to AT&T for helping us throw a huge RTX this year. Without them, the show wouldn't have been possible.
AT&T's 5G network is now available nationwide. Whether you're at home or on the go, you'll enjoy coverage in more places.
Plus, AT&T doesn't make it complicated. 5G access is included in all best consumer unlimited plans at no extra cost.
For more information on AT&T 5G, visit att.com/5G. It's always nice to have a best friend attached to your hip, like me and my shotgun leg.
But these two take their friends even further than that.
Venom, the lethal symbiote and Spider-Man's best frenemy.
Frenemy, yeah.
Crona, the deadly demon sword from Soul Eater.
Oh shit, so the sword.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Oh no, it was Venom versus Bane, right?
At the beginning of time, in the faraway reaches of space, the Clintar rose from a living darkness.
Yeah.
One of these amorphous symbiotes was Venom.
Who was a freaking loser? Hey, don't look at me. All the goop aliens were saying it. So they kicked the poor slime ball straight off the planet.
Bruh, what
In
the...
its exile, the symbiote underwent a number of misadventures which firmly shaped its personality. It bonded to a heroic Kree soldier rescuing refugees, a violent monster who committed genocide, and apparently dead.
Yeah, that did happen.
Damn, no wonder Venom's so messed up in the head.
Eventually, the symbiote was discovered by Peter Parker, your friendly neighborhood Spider.
Deadpool got it before
Spidey.
Spidey.
Awesome new
Yeah, it
powers.
looks sick.
But after finding
It's one of my
out
favorite
it was a
suits of all
confused
time.
Raging psychopathic alien, Pete decided to exercise it with the power of Christian Ruff.
Get this shit off me!
Ill-timed, as this event would cause the symbiote to finally meet its greatest partner, Edward Brock.
Eddie was a journalist with the unluckiest backstory ever. While trying to uncover the identity of a serial killer, he blamed the wrong guy. The same day he published his article, Spidey caught the real killer, who lived right next door to the dude Eddie blamed.
Long story short, Eddie was
Bruh, that
fired from his
sucks.
job, divorced by his wife,
Bruh.
and disowned by his father.
Shit, talk about a bad day, huh?
Blamed Eddie for his wife dying in childbirth.
On top of all
Looking at
of
what's
that,
in this,
Eddie
man.
learned he developed adrenal cancer.
Perfect.
With only a
Even
few
better.
months left to live.
This is stupid,
Man,
bro.
and I thought 2020 was rough.
Shit.
Almost don't blame him for becoming a supervillain.
Swear to God, man.
All hope lost, he begged God to take it all away and got an answer. The
Wants to kill
symbiote
Peter
is
Parker.
Like
Stupid
Captain
guy.
Planet, with their powers combined, these two losers became a super loser.
Super
Well,
loser.
no, they actually became a horrifying monster with all of Spider-Man's powers and then some.
Their mutual hatred of Spider-Man caused the symbiote to bond to Eddie like no host ever before. They were perfect, a terror in the night, an unstoppable demon. They,
Yeah, we're Venom.
Eddie
Yeah.
cured Eddie's cancer.
sort of, it's complicated.
Apart from Spider-Man's webbing and web-crawling powers, Venom can use shape-shifting to mold his body into cool doodads. Swords, shields, tendrils, worm monster things, even wings. Yeah, imagine seeing this guy flying outside your window
Shit.
at night. Well, good luck sleeping ever again.
Venom can camouflage his entire body, heal severe wounds like impalement and lost limbs,
yeah.
see all around him at once, and psychically project emotions onto others.
He just has no to the
This
Spidey
just
sense.
makes
Yeah.
people feel sorry for themselves, like Wiz on Tinder. But one time he
Wiz on
convinced a bunch
Tinder?
of other symbiotes that life was meaningless and they killed themselves.
Shit.
Shit, that's dark.
If
Shit.
desperate, the symbiote can even invade the bodies of others and make them burst from inside out.
Gross and awesome. But if he doesn't want to pop them like a fun balloon, he can just take over their body like a creepy puppet master.
While attached to a victim, Venom can control them by fusing the symbiote to their nervous system, specifically the brainstem and frontal lobes. Fighting off this mind control is extremely difficult unless you have powers that can directly counter it, such as another symbiote.
Oh god, aliens, tentacles, and mind control? Are we sure this episode is rated E for everyone, or do we need to start blurring stuff?
Don't worry, aside from being a horrible mass murderer, Venom's stories are completely wholesome.
Right.
Venom proved a dangerous thorn in Spider-Man's side and frequently ruined his life, even taking a page out of my favorite book, The Most Dangerous Game, and hunting him on a private island.
Yeah, he was the coolest rival ever, but over the years, things kinda calmed down a bit. They even teamed up every so often.
See, even with so much anger, Eddie had a legitimate desire to protect others. As a teenager stealing his dad's car, he accidentally ran over and killed a child. Despite his desire to confess, his father forced him to plead innocent and rigged the jury. The guilt has weighed him down ever since. So while Venom
Shit.
does have
I don't
a
know
love for
that.
human brains, he'd rather eat the face off a criminal than an innocent person.
Venom's as tough as they come. He survived Ghost Rider's penance stare.
Sheesh.
He's strong enough to toss a tank hundreds of feet
Yeah,
up,
that's true.
and fast enough to take down Spidey 2099, who once
Ooh.
got Mjolnir while it was moving 2,000 times the speed of sound.
Although Venom does not possess the spider sense that allows Parker to react in microseconds, he can still keep up with all the usual Spidey gallery. Plus, while symbiotes have a severe weakness to high-pitched sound and heat, he's developed resistances to them.
Like when he took this giant explosion, or when he survived a sonic scream from some mutant gremlins that shattered all glass within 10 miles.
While he may be tougher to take down than most other symbiotes, Venom never fully overcame his weaknesses. However, his symbiotic genes provide far more help than harm. This includes traits and memories from other hosts, like Scorpion and Flash Thompson.
Wait. Bullets are a genetic trait? How do I pass that down?
All
He
right.
would certainly need a lot of firepower to survive an encounter with the symbiote god.
Oh, geez, here we go.
At first, the Clintar symbiotes were seen as a peaceful people. But turns out they were actually living weapons forged by the primordial deity Null in an attempt to conquer the universe.
And I bet next up, Marvel decides they're magic maple syrup people from Asgardian IHOP. But okay, cosmic sludge made by alien Satan. Let's go with that.
Despite it all, Eddie and the symbiote have proven they're far more than the dark legacy the Clintar were intended for. They've even gained the respect of the Avengers and eventually considered Spider-Man a friend.
Wow.
Sort of. It's complicated.
Eddie really is the best pal Venom could have found. And let's be real, he just looks freaking badass.
Badass.
Everywhere, even in your nightmares.
Eddie's a beast.
And with that mouth when he transforms into a sword, that thing's messed up.
Like the Meisters, Crona can wield their own soul in combat, amplified by Ragnarok as a technique called screen resonance. Think of it like hooking an electric guitar up to an amp, though more akin to a screeching banshee on LSD.
I didn't know you play.
I don't. It's incredibly powerful, causing internal damage to foes and
His ears are bleeding, holy
increase
shit.
his cutting power. Hey, are you okay?
What?
With this weapon at their side, Crona set out on a quest to become a Kishi. which required quite a lot of homicide.
Yeah,
Shit.
Ragnarok can absorb the souls of dead people, and supposedly enough souls will turn Crona into the Kishin. So they went around slaughtering hundreds of people.
Despite their name, Death Academy wasn't exactly a fan, particularly their star student, Maka Alburn.
Don't worry, she and Crona ended up becoming good friends. Until they weren't. Sort of. It's complicated.
As a pawn in Medusa's mission, Crona gained several levels of new potential, notably after gaining or absorbing the powers of the monstrous Black Clown, the demon tool Brew, and even Ashura, the original Kishin.
All of which increased Crona's abilities, especially the black blood. Now Crona could turn their entire body into goop, and the slightest touch could inflict madness. That's madness with a capital M, by the way.
This madness is a corruptive effect that causes targeted variants of delusion or obsession, often spread as a wavelength. The wavelength of Crona's mad blood specifically causes violent psychosis.
Crona may be a pawn, but they're a badass. They can cut through a whole ghost ship, cover the moon with sound waves, open the moon's mouth?
What?
the hell is wrong with that moon?
Crona and Ragnarok have held their own against multiple Death Academy students, including Maka, Death the Kid, and Black Star.
Sometimes all at once.
Kid once flew from Nevada to Egypt in less than a minute, and Black Star is even faster. He's dodged lasers and been tracked moving over 20 kilometers in 6 microseconds while approaching Baba Yaga Castle.
And Crona's been
Baba
able to
Yaga
make enough
Castle.
mad blood to crush a whole goddamn Ukrainian city.
While this city isn't named, we can use a similar metropolitan area in Ukraine. Kiev, for instance. With this in mind, Crona must have created over 9 trillion tons of black blood, enough to fill over 6 billion Olympic swimming pools.
But Crona's a big leap from invincible. They've had their shit kicked in plenty of times, and their hardened black blood can only block so much.
Even then, Medusa's plan ultimately succeeded. After years of scheming, Crona absorbed the power of Ashura and became a Kishin.
Well, more like Kishin absorbed Crona, but close enough.
But with the power of friendship, Crona ironically wound up defeating the Kishin once and for all. Despite their life being nothing but destruction, Crona was the one who ultimately saved the world.
With an added side effect of a new madness wavelength that made everyone obsessed with boobs.
What?
A positive effect on people everywhere.
Just give up.
Hell yeah,
I'm
dude,
tired of
what?
trying to figure out how to deal with you.
That's a pretty good side effect, not gonna lie.
Bets are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
But
MVCI, yeah.
instead of chewing on brains and souls, how about chewing on blue?
This episode
Yeah, dude,
is
I don't know,
sponsored
man,
by
like,
Blue Chew.
This girl, Crona, seems really strong, you know, and once again, my philosophy of the comic book or manga, you were just automatically broken, you know, so now we got 2 broken pieces fighting each other.
Day, night, or on a full stomach, try
Who's gonna
Blue
win?
Chew
I have
anytime.
not a
Blue Chew is
clue.
prescribed
I have no idea
by
what's going on.
licensed physicians, so you don't have to wait at the doctor's office or wait in line at the pharmacy, and it ships right to your door in a discreet package.
Because they're made in the US and since Blue Chew prepares and ships direct, they're cheaper and more convenient than a pharmacy. You can get it delivered straight to your door.
Right now, we've got a special deal for our viewers. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first shipment free when you use our special promo code BATTLE. Just pay $5 shipping.
Again, that's BLUE chew.com, promo code BATTLE to try it for free. Thanks again to Blue Chew for sponsoring this episode.
But right now, it's time for a death battle! Alright, yeah, my mind's on Venom, I don't give a shit. If he loses, I'll lose with him. He's just too sick, you know?
Hello? I want to be alone.
Hey, pay attention, you turd. Aha, lucky day. 2 brains for the price of 1.
I don't think I can handle this right now.
This is Marvel's Capcom 2 Venom. Shit.
Your mind is ours. Dinner time.
I don't know, I think maybe this girl's gonna win. I don't know, I have a feeling.
Screech!
That was like a ora. He just ora to him.
He's gone? What is he?
We are the ones hiding under your bed, teeth ground sharp and eyes glowing red.
You mean glowing white? Oh shit.
Your blood.
I know. It's black.
What the? I still don't understand this girl's backstory. It's so confusing and weird. Some would even say bizarre.
We are the darkness. We are your nightmare. We are Venom.
I hate you.
I told you.
Man, these symbiotes really need to stop picking fights with pink-haired anime characters. They're f***ing crazy.
Venom was certainly a tricky opponent. His shape-shifting camouflage and multitude of weapons kept Crona on guard. Unfortunately, Venom lacked the power needed to keep up.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he was like, yeah, crazy anime bullshit.
For a pretty clear difference, Crona could reach Mach 9,000,
Yeah.
while Venom only topped out around.
That's what
Mach
changed my
2,000.
mind. I'm like, yeah,
And while
her
Venom
power
had
level and
shown
speed is
incredible
way off,
physical
you know.
strength that put Spider-Man to shame, he could never compete with 9 trillion tons of mad blood.
Which, by the way, that precise control of the black blood totally meant Crona could push out any of Venom's attempt at being a puppeteer.
And Crona's shown even greater feats of strength as well. Assuming all of the moon's teeth are similar in size and stone, opening this jaw is equivalent to lifting over 10,000 tons.
Of course, the final nail in Eddie's coffin was the fact that half of Crona's arsenal was sound-based, basically Venom's kryptonite.
Somewhat. Recall that Venom did gain a notable resistance to sound attacks, so we needed to determine if Crona's sonic waves were great enough to effectively harm him.
You know those gremlins who shattered every window in 10 miles with a screech attack? The symbiote barely survived it, so that's a good high end to look at.
It takes at least 100 decibels to shatter glass normally. To cover that much distance, the combined sonic blast must have equaled about 244 decibels. In contrast, in order to engulf the moon, Crona's sonic waves must have reached over 275
This shit is going
decibels.
over my head. I have no idea what's going on.
Considering
What are
the
these
weird
numbers?
size and shape of the moon. Ugh, just look at that freak.
Yeah, it's pretty
Sure,
creepy.
275 doesn't seem that much more than 244, but decibels increase on a logarithmic rate. This means Crona's sound attack was actually over 1,000 times stronger.
Vanny for sure wasn't surviving that.
Eddie and the symbiote held their own with versatility, but Crona and Ragnarok had them beat in destructive power, blistering speed, and an arsenal that could take advantage of Venom's key weakness.
Yeah.
Looks like Venom just got Ragnaroked.
The winner is Crona.
So weird that a dude who literally looks like something you'd find in your closet, your literal nightmare, just to be about by a wimpy pink-haired anime girl. This is why anime is so it's in a league of its own, man. Like, I don't know what to say about that. Shit. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, the second I heard about Crona and her shit, I don't understand her backstory and how she gets her powers, but the second I understood that that like what do you call it? That she's got all these powers, and the power difference and the speed difference is so much, and I'm like, yeah. This is not gonna work so well for Venom, my bro. I still like him though. He's still one of my favorite things about Marvel, right? You know what I mean? But yeah, that's pretty much it. Now I'll just wait for the next death battle to come up because as of now, we are officially done every death battle. I'm just waiting until the next one comes and then we're gonna do it right there, right then.